we need some methodologies.
Right.
So we are not thinking about truth, but we want some methodologies. As I said, in our field, some subjectivity was ruined by some, for example, too much technique, but too much optimization, just like this. So we must have another method to have. I don't want to use the word happy, but the method to improve human beings, not happiness, but
life experience.
Fulfillment.
Yes.
Some kind of fulfillment. Yeah. As there is this Edgar Faure Commission in UNESCO 1970, and there was a report called Learning to Be. To be. Yes. That was one of the most important contributions at the time of UNESCO for educational field. And in French, it started in French language, and learning to be is English translation. But French is apprendre à être, therefore learning to be. But behind the concept, idea of each one has to be developed at his what should I say, épanoui, is fulfilled the whole capacity to be and not only capacity but also sentiment and all these things to be fully developed.
Is it related to mindful?
Yes, I think it wasn't that clear at the time, but I think basically they are trying to include that too, I suppose. Yeah. Yes.
But would it be wrong to say that book or that position was essentially a discussion of what is a person and how do you be? I mean, what are we supposed to become in our lives? I think so, no?
Yeah, but they didn't call it
because learning to
become.
No.
Learning to be more existentialist.
Yes.
Attitude.
Yes.
So you have to be a full human being. Full human being. Yeah.
For example, in medical things, the medical technique is for the patient for disabilities, but I think it's not only disability people to be able. It's not so only this. So it's very difficult to explain. But for example, the very excellent artist suffering from be able to do something, so too much able to. So yes, it's very difficult to explain, but. Able to, maybe the artist who can do who is able to do something very well is maybe they feel that some subjectivity was ruined by this ability or by the skills. It's very difficult to explain, but
that's why she suffers. The person suffers. Yeah.
So
when she rare dies, that is the case.
So engineering is now need this kind of sense, I think.
So human beings are injuring themselves by their talents.
Talents or skills.
Ability.
I didn't get it. What did you mean? The human being
is injuring himself.
Enduring. 傷つけるっていうことですね。That I don't know if I can say that.
What I cannot help ask is, so what do you think? Do you think that all people should become some kind of norm, or that we should not have any people who are different and who may suffer. I mean,
No, that's not the point.
no.
Each one has its own hidden talent, capability. And then that has to be either one way or another, by education or by art or whatever it could be, should be
Lifted up.
elevated
Yeah.
and then developed so that this person becomes a full-fledged human being. That was, I think, the message behind this commission's report, learning to be. Yes, but I have to, I think that was the way I understood it, yes. And it became a very important philosophy.
Important philosophy, but we are talking about the methodologies.
Yeah,
For example,
exactly.
the very old people cannot do anything, but how I say, to improve their ability is not only way. Yes, another way. We need another way. Maybe it's kind of artist viewpoint, I think.
So generally speaking, being is usually distinguished or considered to be different from becoming. But once we consider becoming and being are the same, and only shows the different aspect of the same actuality, then even though we cannot be becoming something else, we can be always happiness in enjoying being.
I don't know. Can you become happy by yourself in the relation of happiness? Yeah. I think the person, the Mogian monk said
that's what I learned from him.
And the musician's happiness is also relational. It's very difficult to be alone. Say like somebody who disappeared for 40 years in the mountain.
But hasn't psychology, I think they have done lots of research that shows that if people are left alone, then they go crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a fundamental thing that we need
Therefore,
to
we
live.
need
So I think that we need communication with others. We need to live with others,
yes.
and we need to be able to develop as human beings in the context of other people.
But at the same time, it's not only the human collectivity, it's also including the nature also.
Yes,
This is a
yes,
big
especially for us.
Because some people become very upset when they see the dogs suffering or the cows are suffering. And then some people just get very upset when the trees are cut down. And it hurts her, which makes, the relationship is not only among the human being, with all the living things in the environment.
So in this context, we have to understand the nature.
Yes. I don't know whether we should understand.
Yeah.
How to understand. Way to understand. Go way back.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the point. This time again, the monk. No, actually not the monk. It's a Japanese priest. He told us, when we talk about the community, we are only thinking about the human being, but actually, the community, the member of the community, the nature is included, ancestor is also included, and also the God.
So vertical and horizontal.
Yeah, those things are our community. That's a basic idea of the Shintoism. That's what I learned from the Japanese priest at the Takachiho shrine. The community is not consist of the human being only, but the dogs.
Maybe that is exactly what we need to remember, because we have had this tendency to think that we are community.
We.
Yeah.
We. What is we? You know?
No, I mean only people. You know.
That's the
Yeah,
general
to
tendency.
sort of-
Yes.
That animals and trees and nature is ours to use. Huh?
And then in that case, when you think about learning to be, it's not only learning to be as a human being, but
Learning
to be in this huge natural environment. Maybe, I mean, we
Why
cannot
Why not?
redefine what the Commission said, but we can reread
Yes.
and see if they had that vision already there. I don't know.
This is the point when we realize the difference between understanding something and understanding the way
way
of
of
something.
We came to the point.
Yes, yes.
He just drawn.
Yes. Now I am.
I understand.
Yes.
ちょっとオムレツ見てきます。